Hey guys, unless you've been living under a rock, you know what a catfish noodle is, or catfish jug. And I got bored today, so I run down to Lowe's and got some material to make some, my style. I tell you what, Davey, how about let me walk you through it and you do it.
Okay.
There we go. Let me have this highly sophisticated piece of equipment. All right. Here's the ones we got done. I put them in a nice little milk crate, set them in the boat, make everything nice and neat. All right, Davey. Take your noodle. You can buy them at at the dollar store for, $1. Duh. You slide that onto the pipe. I use 18 inches, an 18-inch piece of pipe and about a 12-inch noodle. You got your caps. This cap right here, a lot of people use eye bolts. You can just use it just like Davey's holding it there, and drill you a hole in here to tie your line to. But it'll eventually twist up. Then you'll have a mess. The reason I put caps on them is there's another little thing I do to mine I'll get to. But I had these laying around, these thumb screws. I drilled a hole in them. I'll show you what that is. Put a nut on the inside and put some silicone on the inside of it to keep the water from climbing up the threads and filling the inside of it full of water. But anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Take your other cap there. Put your little bit of glue on your PVC. Yeah. Put it on the pipe right here. Set your cap down for right now.
Okay.
You ain't no octopus. How many hands you think you got?
I got two. But...
Holly, here. That's good. Just go around it one good time. All right. Slide your cap down on there. All the way. Hold it back up. There you go. Make sure it's all the way on there. Push it hard. There you go. You want to know what the shade is? We got our little umbrella out here on the table. Okay, you got it on there?
I got it.
All right. I had this steel laying around, about a 2.5 inch piece of steel. You can use rebar. Some people use round rocks. Some people use sand. I've used about anything for a weight, but that'll come into play in a minute. You take your weight, drop it in there. Yeah, make sure you didn't knock your end loose. All right. And glue your other end. Simple, ain't it?
Yeah, it's not.
Man, we're going to have your noodles smelling like fish before it's over with. Holly, come here. Make sure you get it on there good and tight. You got it on there good and tight?
I got it.
That's all you do. You slide this all the way to the end up there. Okay. And what I do, like I was talking about line twist, you take your little snap swivel. Like this right here. Snap it into the eye. I use about a 5 foot piece of line or nylon string. I'm not a very good cameraman. Snap that in there. That's where you're going.
Good swivel snapper on her.
Okay, that's the way it'll be. All right, we'll lay that one down since it ain't dry yet. We'll take this one right here. Another thing I should mention is on the cap, I put reflective tape like you use on a trailer, a boat trailer, or you see on stop signs at night. And, I put it on both ends. So if you're trolling around at night, see if you got a strike, you'll see two pieces of reflective tape lit up. And once you get a bite, you'll only see one. That way, a lot of people use jugs. You got a bunch of rednecks using antifreeze jugs, 2-liter bottles, milk jugs, anything they can you know, tie a string to that'll float, and they toss them out, and then 11:30, 12 o'clock when the beer is gone, they leave them out there floating around. And I know this stuff because I've done this stuff. But anyway, you got to put your name and phone number on these. There's my name and phone number. You know, it'll wear off eventually. You just take a Sharpie and write it back on there. But what you do, get Dakota's pool. She got a leaf in it. We got what we call loading a noodle. You load the noodle and you lay it in the lake, just like that right there. Over here where the eye is where you tie your bait, 5 foot, 6 foot, ever how deep you plan on fishing. And that noodle will float there all night long. Hopefully not all night long if you get a bite. And when you get a bite, he's going to pull down on it, and that weight that we installed on the inside of it's going to slide, and it's going to stand up and float just like that. So when you're trolling around, you hit that with your flashlight, you'll see your noodle. And that don't look like much, but I can attest that there's been 40-pound fish caught on that right there. And what they do is they'll get tired of trying to hold that noodle down. You'll see it pop up. It takes a lot. You wouldn't think that a 40-pound fish could pull that under, but he will. And when they get tired, what they do is they'll swim toward the bank where they don't have no resistance. And you'll get to the bank once you get a bite, and you'll just see your noodle floating around like that. And that way you don't have to keep going back and, checking an unloaded noodle, because he's either on there or he got lucky and got away. I use a number 4 circle hook is what I use. Like I said, I've got a bag of Gatorade bottles. I sprayed the inside of them bright yellow, but I started making these because it's just more simple. You ain't got to keep running around lifting live bait up out of the water. When you use these, if you got a bite, he'll grab it and the weight it'll float around like that right there, and you'll know that you got a fish on there or one got lucky. But either way, it still makes it a whole lot more simpler. And we got these in a basket. Hopefully tomorrow evening we can bait them up and drop them in the drink down there at High Rock and catch us a missile channel cat to clean. You can lay that one in there and let that glue dry.
Alright.
You done good, boy.
Thank you.
How many we got there? You might have to take your shoes off and count them up.
17 looks like.
17. I mean, that don't sound like many, but if you're getting a lot of bites, 17's all you want to keep up with, I promise you.
16.
16. All right. Holly, you want to go fishing? Want to go fish?
16.
All right, so there we go. Put the lid back on my glue in case we want to build 16 more. And I bought all that stuff. I already had these nuts, the thumb nuts. I bought the noodles at, what's the name of that store down there, Dollar Tree?
Yeah.
Bought the noodles at Dollar Tree for $1 a piece. You can get 4 pieces out of one noodle. The pipe was less than $2 for a 10-foot piece at Lowe's. And the caps were like, I don't even remember what they were. It seemed like they was 30 cents each. But if you bought so many, like a contractor's pack, you could get them a little cheaper. A few cents, but not much. But the silicone I put on the inside to keep the water from climbing the threads.
Man,
already had that.
Struggling with this.
That's fine. We'll go buy a couple more, jam them in there. What do you think, Holly? You want to go chase a noodle? You want to go chase a noodle? We'll go for a boat ride? Yeah, you like boat riding, don't you?
She'll be jumping out.
Yep. You want to fetch a duck?
Have her bring her noodle.
Fetch a duck?
Have her bring a noodle to us.
You wouldn't know a duck if one run up in the yard here and quacked you on the booty. All right, boy. Grab them, we'll set them in the boat.
You want to carry your glue?
Yeah. All right.